Guys, Britto here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019. Here we are back in Slovak Village for another episode where it's day 3, late summer, or day 3 of summer. The sun isn't shining yet, but I've got a bit of rain coming. A little potential to dry tonight. So what I was thinking of doing is trying to get this field mowed early, get it tedded, and then fingers crossed we can get it to dry and get some hay out of it. If we don't, then potentially we're going to have to just make some more silage out of it. Have no hay bales at all this season, unfortunately. Which means we're either going to have to wait till next year to get some hay bales, or we're going to have to buy some in when we get our when we get our cows and stuff up and running. So yeah, it's sort of a 50-50 chance, I guess. Either we're going to get hay or we're not. So what I want to do is head over there, set up a course to mow, but I want to mow around the outside of the field first, and then let a hired worker or a course play worker do the rest of the field, that I can come through and ted straight behind to try and get it tedded as quick as possible, get it turned over. And then I want to come around these fields to get these fields mowed around as much of the farm here as we can as well. So right, bring up course play. I want to go course generation. So field 13, we want to go south east. We want to head north. We don't want any headlands. We don't want to go 3.4, so let's unfold everything. 8.7, that'll do. Bump that up to 8.7. Maybe even, yeah, I mean, I usually take 2 off it, just because I don't like to miss anything. So, what are we, field 13? So let's go field 13, mow, save. Right, let's start things up. So I want to do a run around the outside first, because there's plenty of grass here that we can pick up that isn't part of the field. So I'd like to make sure we get as much as possible. Do a run around the outside. I might even bring the landscapers in to get rid of a lot of these bushes as well. Try and remove the bushes, so that way we can just keep an eye on how well we're actually cutting the grass. Those trees there, we could probably try and get rid of those as well. I think we may end up with a little bit left over once we actually go through and cut this from our field. So here, I'm not 100% sure. Might need to come back and do a little mow down each side, but see how we go. Maybe not so much down this side, but certainly down that other side. So we'll get this guy doing his thing once I've got the outside mowed, and then I'll go and jump in our other little tractor down the bottom down there, our other class tractor, come back with the tedder, and I'll run behind him and ted as much as possible. Then hopefully we can get some hay. As they say, you need to make hay while the sun shines. But there's not much sun shining at the moment on Slovak. It's been pretty wet summer, pretty wet year, to be honest. It's been wet the whole time. Like most of the time when I've done an episode for you guys, it's been raining. So it's been a little bit tough for us to get things done. Alright, off he goes, he'll do his thing. Hopefully we'll get most of that. Let's run down and jump in our other tractor, run through these other bushes. As I said, we can mow around here. Probably not a lot of grass around here, around these fields. But it's all going to add up, so certainly want to make sure we get as much as possible, especially if we can get hay, because we need 1 straw bale, I think, to 3 hay bales, and maybe 2 silage bales if we get the bigger Anderson mixed ration mixer, I guess, a TMR mixer. Right, so jumping this guy, we'll head over and grab our tedder, and then we can follow this guy through. We've still got no bales at all, nothing. A little bit of, oh, it's a bit rough there. A little bit of silage, which is good. As you can see straight ahead here, eventually will be silage. It's still just grass or chaff laid on the ground, but it's going to be 150,000 or close to 150,000 litres of silage in there, so that's going to be plenty for us to get started, I think. We just need plenty of hay. We're also going to need to buy a baler as well, so it's one thing we need to look at. Potentially buy the baler. We might need to take out another bit of a loan. No, I don't want to, but the amount of money we're making every day, 300,000 or 400,000, we can pay it off pretty quick. But I don't think I can afford a baler at the moment, as well as, you know, an auto loading bale trailer as well. So, alright, so what I want to do is get this guy, the course set up for him as well. Let's go southeast. We want to go north as well. I'm going to leave it at just 4.5 meters so he can do his thing, but I'm going to have to go up and down the outside. So field 13, tedder, 4.7 meters. Pretty sure it's 4.7, 4.5, close enough. Right, you can see how narrow this tedder is, but we're turning it from wet grass to semi-dry grass now, so certainly what we need to do to have any chance of getting hay, because by the time we wait for this to dry and when we cut it as semi-dry grass, it's probably a lot better. But if we wait too long, we're going to end up with no hay at all. So we need to just get it done, get it cut, get it tedded as quick as possible, then hopefully we can end up with some hay at the end of it. I'm going to have to do a fair few runs up and down at the start of this field here, as you can see. This thing is not very wide at all, unfortunately. Do a run down, another run back up, we have to do a run around the field. Then we can set him up to do his own thing. We have to come back through and windrow it as well, but so I think I'll take our mower once he's finished. This guy's off doing his own thing. Take it down around the other fields just to try and get that little bit extra. You can just get the stuff around the fields as silage and leave the stuff over here as hay. Definitely want those two fields change into grass fields as well. Right, there we go, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do another run. I think you'll be right to do it from here. Maybe. I'll do this run anyway, and we'll do a run around the outside. Just in case we don't get everything. So we can collect this hay with our bale wagon. Well, not our bale wagon, our loading wagon over there. We just have nowhere to store it at the moment. So I'd rather try and turn them straight into bales. And I prefer the idea of using, you know, loose bales for straw and hay, and then using silage straight out of the pit. Oh, how's he going? He's doing alright. Alright. Not going to worry too much about everything that's sort of on the road here. Just get the majority of this all picked up if we can. Turn it all into semi-dry grass. Like I said, the outside of this field, probably not going to get a massive amount of grass and stuff from it, but hopefully it's all going to add up in the long run. Alright, there we go. Let's run this way. think I'm going to have to do a run up and a run back down, and then we can set him off to do the rest of the course, I'm hoping. We might need to just double check once he's finished, just to make sure it's all done. If we leave a little bit of normal grass behind, it should still pick it up as hay anyway. I'll set him off to the first waypoint. Let's go like this. Field 13, get rid of that. Save as field 13. Tether. Tether. 4.5 meters. Want to make sure everything's right, just in case. So he's done. You're done. You've still missed a little bit, which is what they usually do at the end there. So let's get rid of that. Alright, let's go through this other field. Try not to destroy any of our crops at the same time. But I don't know how much we're actually going to get from this grass, but it's all just pretty much free grass as part of our ownership of these fields, so get whatever we can. We'll try and stay off people's buildings, that would be helpful as well. Head back up the other way. Need to try and avoid these power poles. Not sure if the collisions are on all these power poles. Oh, watch out for that crop. Alright, there we go. We'll go straight down this way. Get this field done. We'll get the next field done, and I want to go around the outside as well. So this can be this windrow and turn straight into silage. Probably not going to be a massive amount, but it's just going to be that little bit extra that we're going to be able to get. So at the moment, Global Company Quarry blasting office is full because we've got full of stone up here. Stone crush is full of gravel, so I need to go out and set that up ready to go. Concrete plant's still active. So I haven't done anything yet this morning as far as that goes. I've just decided, don't worry about the production side of things. Our priority at the moment is our hay and trying to get our cows set up for next year. So just took the step to just make the grass and the hay our priority, and then we can forget about everything else. Right, I'm just going to use the front mower here, not the back mowers, because I don't want to affect the crop, just in case. So there's not going to be a great deal of stuff to pick up down through here anyway. So once this episode's finished, I'm probably going to have to go up, do a whole heap of gravel selling, move some stone around, all that sort of stuff, and potentially need to buy some more dynamite. I do have one full container of gold ready to go and sell, but that's been stored in the back of our pickup, ready for maybe another box or two before we go and sell those. So I'm not going to sell them as soon as we get them like we have been. We'll just wait for us to get a few more of those and make it the trip worthwhile. Right, so just about finished this run. Alright, there we go. Oh, pressing on the wrong one there. There we go. So he's, oh, that's a bit rough too. He's still tethering away. It's going to take him a little while to get that finished, which will give us enough time to get our next field done. So I'm going to unfold that guy ready to go. So another run around our next field. And then try and do a run around, as I said, around the outside of our little area. I guess class it as it's our farm area. Well, we don't live there. Well, obviously we live in town, but it's still our farm area. So let's compare the size of these fields. They both look pretty similar in size. Let's have a look at the map. How much other grass do we sort of have? We've got a bit up here around the pigs. There's our sheep. Up here. It's a little bit around the sheep area too, but not 100% sure how much is going to be worth actually getting out of that. So I think up this end there might be a few runs up this end as well, just to get as much grass as possible. Depending on those trees look like they might be in the way. They might need to come down. But I guess we'll just wait and see. We should get a little bit of grass from up here, but maybe same as down the other end, a run up and a run down and a run back up, I guess. Then we'll have to do a run that way with just our front mower, same as what we did last time. Alright, yeah, that's nearly exactly the same as the other end. So if we get rid of those trees, we might get a little bit more space. Alright, we'll pick those guys up, fold them away. Fold it, there we go. We'll head back up the other end, just our front mower, same as what we did last time along the waterfront here. So I don't want to damage the crop and I don't want to be driving in the water or along these rocks and stuff with this tractor, so can't afford to get any extra unwanted damage and that sort of stuff. But how's our Arian 610 worker going? It's probably halfway through that field, I'd say. We've still got a little bit of time to get around our farm. Get a bit more stuff mowed to come through and tether as well. I'm not going to tether the other side yet, because as soon as we tether that when it's not dried, it's going to turn it straight into wet grass again. So we need to leave it to semi-dry, let it dry naturally, and then come and pick it up, hopefully. Alright, there we go. Now let's go back to here, unfold this guy. Fire it down, turn it on. This little run done, and then we can go work around the outside of our farm. As I said, there's only one tree in the way here on this side. You can come through and cut these guys down and maybe transport them down to the sawmill. I don't know if they'll actually take that sort of lumber down in the sawmill. Not 100% sure. If they take any tree or just the spruce or pine trees or whatever they are. Guess we'll just have to take one down there and see what happens. So we'll get this run done around. It's usually like only this side and the back side that we can do. Front side's got all the trees, the power poles and stuff, so I mean even this side around the back's got some trees up here, so let's actually have a look and see. These two trees are only small, so let me see if I can't try and cut as low as possible. Can we actually get it? I'll say try and get it this right back over the fence. Probably not. Throw it in the yard here somewhere. We can come and sort these guys out later. Hopefully we can actually mow over them without too much issue. These stumps. That's going to give us a little bit extra room. These other trees are too big to do this with, so alright, throw this guy down as well. Gives us a little bit of extra room. Well, makes it a little bit easier anyway. Let's hope it doesn't. And sort of just bump over them, over the stumps, so it's not going to affect us too much, which is good to see. I'm going to have to go. Actually, those trees, that tree's not too bad. The next one's not too bad, but I think that's pretty much going to be it. That's pretty much done. Alright, see how this guy's going. So he's got one more run to do, I think, and then we're going to have to come and touch up that little area there. But it's doing pretty good. So take this guy back. I'm going to hook this guy up with the loading wagon because we're going to need the bigger, stronger, more powerful tractor for the loading wagon because it's a lot heavier, of course. Have to come through a windrow around these fields down here, windrow around here, and try and pick up this grass, and then just wait for this other grass to turn into, hopefully, some hay. It's quite warm, like it's not sunny, but it's still, you know, 19 degrees. The ground temperature or the crop temperature is 23 degrees, so hopefully it won't take too long to dry it out. Also, it depends on the wind too, I suppose. So let's have a look at wrong button. Have a look at the wind factor. Yeah, so it's not Monday's windy, but it's snowy, so not overly windy at the moment. Right, we'll grab our loading wagon. Shut him down because this guy's just about done. Pardon me. Righto guys, he's finished, so let's stop driver, clear that course, we'll go get this little bit done as well. Probably need to change these tyres too. We shouldn't be using skinny mini tyres all the time. Not on this thing. Let's go for a run through the workshop and see if we can't change these back to our Michelin. Go customise Michelin wide tyres. Yes, customise. Get it back to what it was. Certainly looks like a much more stronger, powerful tractor now, doesn't it? I just love the wide tyres and everything. Right, so we'll back this guy in and pick up our windrower. Go on windrow a little bit. I'd like to be able to get the hay done this episode too, but I don't think we're going to have time. By the time we get all this done, we're going to be at nearly half an hour, so might have to leave the hay till next episode. Just let it dry and keep an eye on it. Go and do the production stuff I need to do while I'm waiting for it to dry, and then I guess come back and hope it's done. Let's try and get as much of this as we can. I definitely think using this tractor, it's much smaller, it's going to use less fuel, it's going to cost us less to repair than using our big tractor all the time for doing little jobs like this. So keeping this guy for the tethering and windrowing and stuff is probably going to be the way to go. We've still got this big area here for more storage if we need to. Not too sure what we're going to put on up here. I was potentially thinking maybe a total mixed ration station up the top here somewhere. Wouldn't be too bad an idea. This windrower is not quite as wide as the mowers, I don't think. But it's still going to help us out a fair bit. So yeah, maybe a total mixed ration station up there, maybe even a hay loft, so eventually we can get away from the bales and just collect everything with our loading wagon, potentially. I do like the idea of using bales though. Alright, there we go. Might as well try and push this together as well. I don't know even how we even got to mow that there. Alright, let's turn around here. Let's head down this way. We roll this together. This should be a fairly decent amount of silage potentially, so really can't complain with the amount that we're going to get out of it. As I said, it's not planted, it just grows naturally, just wild grass, so it's pretty much free for us to cut, free for us to collect, and free for us to use. So anything that's free is good in my books. I just can't wait to see cows in our field there. It's going to take a little bit of time. As I said previously with our cows and doing like the meat down the bottom there, doesn't matter how old your cow is, how heavy your cow is, it just gives you the same amount per cow. So what I want to do is get some female cows in, get some milk out of there so I can make or sell some milk. I don't think we make soy milk out of milk, or do we? I remember now. Soybeans and milk, potentially. To even make our soy milk production. Then, like all the new baby cows that we get above a certain amount, we'll take down and take them down to the slaughterhouse, I guess. Alright, let's try and get this windrowed reasonably nice. Come back to another run. Yeah, so all the baby cows and the excess cows, say if we only put, I don't know, 20 cows in there, and then we want to make sure we have a minimum of 40, so anything more than 40 we'll take down and to the slaughterhouse, get turned into meat products and go from there. So we'll sort of look at that once we come to that stage of how many cows we can actually have in that field, how many we can feed easily each year, that sort of stuff. So it's going to sort of depend on a lot of things. But if we have a look in through here for our cow farm, we're going to have 200 cows in there, so that's quite a fair amount of cows. So potentially, you know, if we purchase say 50 cows, we get up to 100, and we take a full load down there and get rid of say 10 or 15, come back when we get to 100 again, 10 or 15 again, depending on how much, you know, silage and hay and straw we can produce each year. Depend on how many we can have in there at a time, I guess. So the more we have, which I don't think it's like that anymore, I don't think it's the more we have, the more we quickly make babies, because it's seasons. It's not like it is in the standard game. I think the babies are just made every 9 to 12 months or something, once the cow is actually fertile. So I guess we'll have to just play it by ear, I guess. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you think if we purchase say 50 dairy cows, try and get our cows up to maybe 100 or so. But then should we start to transport a certain amount down to the slaughterhouse? Now you guys give me your ideas on numbers and we'll see what we can do, I suppose. I think this episode's going to be a little bit longer than normal, so we're already up to pretty much 30 minutes now, so I still want to get this windrowed, collected and put away, so you guys will be stuck with me for that little bit longer if you want to. Haven't got too much left to do though. As I said, off camera I'll get the gravel sold, I'll get the stone and soil moved around and all that sort of stuff. We need to get some more dynamite, I think. Look at our quarry, our blasting office, dynamite. Yeah, we're low on dynamite again. It's just amazing how quick we go through it. It really goes through really quick. So luckily enough, we can get the store, pay the shop to bring the dynamite to us, so I don't have to actually have to go and pick it up. They'll send a truck up full of dynamite with as much as we need, and they'll unload it all for us, throw it all in there, and make it a lot easier for us. But it's just that added cost all the time that we need to continue to pay for, which is, I mean, it's good because we know we're producing stone and gravel and soil and stuff, but it's still a little bit annoying that it seems like it's constant all the time, constantly throwing money out, whether it's, you know, dynamite or cement or something along those lines, but it's always something for us to spend our money on. And it's not the good stuff like, you know, new equipment. It's always something like that. Alright, so this should be our last run down here pretty much, and then the other end of the field. Actually, did we already do this? We did this side. No, we didn't do this side. It looks like it's already pretty much windrowed anyway, doesn't it, with the front mower? So I guess we don't need to do this side. Seems like it's all in the middle, which is good. It'll save us a little bit of time. We've just got to do the left to right here, or the south to north run. Some big fields just over the little river here. I think it's just this run here that we need to do, and that's it. Alright, that's it. Let's take this back. It did get dirty pretty quick, didn't it? Little windrower. I'm going to keep this hooked up because we're going to need to use this when we actually make some hay. And I think, so we want to get the hay baler, or the baler as well, so we need to make a little bit of money for that. I'm going to collect the grass, throw it in here, but I'm not actually going to cover it yet, just in case we don't get hay. We actually have somewhere to store the grass. Right, let's back this guy in. Oh, so it doesn't matter where it goes, but preferably not into the wall. Right, he's done. Let's jump in this guy. We'll go and load up. First time using our class loading wagon. Hopefully it works pretty well. Hopefully we get at least one full load in this trailer. Will get us up to nearly 200,000 litres of silage in there. So we're not going to get a great deal of grass, as you can see. Through here is not going to be much, but hopefully we'll get something. Certainly think next year I want to try and focus a little bit on doing some more contracts too. So there's a lot of fertilizing contracts we can help take care of, which is just really easy, quick money, as you guys already know. Fertilizing contracts are reasonably cheap cost for us to do, and reasonably good money as well. So once we get all our fields prepared, ready to go, and we've done all our production stuff, I guess doing a heap of fertilizing contracts just to help out the other farmers and also make a lot of money for us. Something that I'll definitely look at doing. So we're not doing too bad at the moment with grass. We're nearly at 10,000 litres. I said it's all easy to cut, it's all free. I'm just going to get the landscapers to come through here and remove all the weeds around the fields and around here, so that way we can keep a closer eye on what we're actually cutting, what we're actually collecting and stuff. It's quite hard to see through the weeds and stuff. Right, let's head down this way. I guess it doesn't matter which way we go. Approaching on 20,000 litres, so you know it's pretty good. We try not to run over our crops when we turn. Still very impressed with this map. This is a very beautiful map. I mean, just little additions like this, like you know, the little river with the rocks and the reeds and lily pads and stuff through here is really cool. We just hit 20,000 litres, so through here, down either end of the field down here is not going to be a great deal of grass, I don't think, but it's up these other ends that we're going to get probably the majority of our grass. Looks like we've missed a little bit that we haven't cut, so we might need to come through with the rear mowers down as well and just move over a little bit, potentially. Oh, see how we go, see if the numbers improve a fair bit down here. So the numbers are definitely going up a lot quicker down this end. So the grass is still semi-dry, it hasn't dried yet. Will take a few hours for it to actually dry properly, so I'm saying next episode we'll come back and start making some hay bales. Hopefully the sun will be shining a little bit more than it is now, the temperature will go up a little bit. It's only, you know, just after 7:30 in the morning, so it's still early days. We'll watch out for the crop, that was close. It's early days or early part of the day, so it's not going to be the hottest time of the day. This afternoon will be the hottest time of the day. Got rid of some crop there. Oh, well, not too much. Yeah, it's going to heat up to mid-30s later in the day, so that should definitely help us get it to dry out that little bit quicker. Just hopefully there's no surprise rain or anything like that, because that will definitely hinder us a little bit. Certainly make things a lot harder for us. So we're doing alright with collecting all this grass. Quick screenshot. Collecting all this grass with our class. It's a, you know, good 70%, so I'd say we're at least going to get one full trailer load. Potentially, you know, 1.5 trailer loads full, which is going to be pretty good. I do love these class tractors. They certainly look like, say, the Ferrari of the farming industry. Certainly look like luxury. Oh, so well, they don't have a drink holder. Yes, they do. Just there in the passenger seat. I mean, I'd love to do this in real life. I really would. To be able to, you know, just work on a farm, not full time, but even just to help out, just to experience, you know, farming life and what it's like to do stuff like this would be really cool. So if any of you guys own a farm and want some help and are willing to get me over to you, I'll come and give you a hand. We're nearly at 90%, nearly at 50,000 litres, so certainly going to get a full trailer load. What we might do is I might dump this load off, and then I'll end the episode. We're nearly at 40 minutes already. It's amazing how long things take farm sim. You know, trying to cut down an episode down to 30 minutes is really hard because it doesn't feel like you get a lot done. And when I feel like now I'm getting a fair bit done, it's, and we've already gone 10 minutes past. 10 minutes past where I'd normally go, and we've still got plenty to do before I'd normally end the episode. But anyway, got a full trailer load, so we're going to get another 10 or 15,000 litres, I'd say, out of the rest that's still there, down that end and down that side. As I said, it's free, and it's going to add plenty of income for us. I don't know if we can actually sell silage at the moment. We can, $311. We can't sell anything else. But silage is worth $311, which isn't too bad. And it's not great sale price, but still it's not too bad. I'm going to slow our tractor down to 10 kilometers an hour. That's what I like to unload at. I'm going to unload on the side we haven't unloaded yet. Wait for us to make sure we get in. Leave a bit of a gap. I always leave a bit of a gap there. It sort of starts to, when you run over it, it starts to push it out either edge. So should be empty before the other end. Beautiful. Righto guys, we'll end the episode here. I'll just run over this a few times and try and level it back down. If you guys enjoyed this one, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the series so far and our future ideas and that sort of stuff. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. It's been Britto, thanks for watching. See you again soon.